In the 1930s, war clouds gathered over Europe and Asia. America watched with concern. Many Americans remembered the horrors of World War I. They wanted to stay out of foreign conflicts. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or FDR, understood this sentiment. He signed the Neutrality Acts. These acts aimed to keep America neutral. They restricted arms sales to countries at war. However, the rise of aggressive powers like Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan worried Roosevelt. He believed that their expansionist ambitions threatened democracy worldwide. He began to look for ways to support the Allies, particularly Great Britain. The Lend-Lease Act, passed in 1941, was a turning point. This act allowed the U.S. to provide war materials to countries vital to its defense. This meant aiding Great Britain and other nations fighting against the Axis powers. The Lend-Lease Act was a clear signal. America was shifting away from neutrality. Roosevelt believed that supporting the Allies was essential, even without direct military intervention. He argued that helping these countries resist aggression was crucial for America's own security. This policy, however, was not without its critics. Some argued that it would inevitably draw the United States into the conflict. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. This event shocked the nation. The attack killed over 2,400 Americans and damaged the U.S. Pacific Fleet. The following day, President Roosevelt addressed Congress. In a somber and resolute tone, he declared that December 7th was a date which will live in infamy. With the declaration of war, America was fully engaged in the global conflict. Roosevelt rallied the nation. He called for unity and resolve. The country responded with a surge of patriotism and a determination to defeat the Axis powers. Factories shifted to wartime production. Millions of Americans volunteered for military service. As war engulfed the globe, Roosevelt faced unprecedented challenges. He needed to mobilize the nation for a long and difficult fight. He also had to make tough decisions. One of the most controversial was Executive Order 9066. This order authorized the internment of Japanese Americans. The order led to the forced relocation of over 110,000 Japanese Americans. They were sent to internment camps. This decision was made out of fear. Many believed, without evidence, that Japanese Americans posed a threat to national security. This action remains a dark mark on America's wartime record. It is now widely condemned as a grave injustice. Throughout the war, Roosevelt's leadership proved essential. He rallied the American people. He forged a strong alliance with Great Britain and the Soviet Union. His wartime conferences with Winston Churchill and Joseph Stalin helped shape the Allied strategy. Roosevelt's vision went beyond military victory. He also laid the groundwork for the United Nations. He hoped this organization would prevent future wars. Roosevelt's leadership during World War II left a lasting legacy. He expanded the role of the presidency. He guided America through its greatest crisis. His actions helped secure the Allied victory and shape the post-war world.